So with like, I might as well save money on my bluffs, right? Considered putting out a half pot bet for a second there, but I think that I was going to get the same amount of information by making it a little bit over third pot, like 40%. We have a min raise from a 6-6 under the gun over 17 hands. We have king 9 suited. I probably would call if we all had like 100 big blind stacks or something, looking for a flush or a straight, but just a little bit too shallow right now. And the implied odds just aren't there with the 29 big blind stack. Even if we make a flush, the most we can win is 29 big blinds, so it's really not worth it. And I know that this guy probably has like something really marginal, so he's probably not going to be paying us off very often. He's hitting probably 25% of the time on the flop with whatever trash he has, maybe even less than that when you're playing 33% of hand. All right, Queen Jack suited. Facing a min raise. This is a nice spot to just call, I think, on the hijack. Seven, 8, 9. Well, I think I'm going to put out a small stab. I got a lot of equity in this hand. Backdoor flush, overcards, and a gut shot straight draw. And this guy can't really do anything unless he has a decent holding here. So, and it's worth noting that my range connects way better with this board than his. He probably is betting high cards. I don't know what exactly he's thinking about. He probably has 2 overs. So we got 15-0, and then we got this guy. We have 40 big blinds. There's just too many people in the hand. It's probably worth a call, I guess, but I'm not going to raise. Just see a flop with it. Like, you can call pretty wide here when you have so many limpers and you're going to be in position. I don't understand what you're thinking about so long. Like, it's a pretty simple decision. I bet 1/3 pot. If you have 2 overcards, probably shouldn't call. I wouldn't, especially on a flop like that. Like, all right, so everybody checks, and we check again. On the turn, we have a queen. We got a guy betting half pot. And I think we're just going to release this one. Seven, 9. What was the last hand we had? We had Queen Jack, and we just called and bet. We got a lot of reshove stacks on the table now. We got 23, 23, 18, and 22. So suited connectors kind of like take the back door now. We're not really going to be playing a lot of suited connectors with such short stacks on the table, even though we have 62 big blinds. And if they were larger stacked, we probably could play this, but we're going to be shoved on so often that it's probably not worth doing anything with. Anyway, it's break time, so I'm going to pause the video now. I'll talk to you guys when I get back. All right, guys, I'm back, and the 440 10K guarantee has started. It's a turbo knockout, and there's 1,100 of us in it so far, so that'll probably double at least in the next hour or so. So it's a fairly large field tournament. If you don't have the bankroll to play these, you likely shouldn't. Putting on $50 on PokerStars and playing $4 games, these $4 games probably isn't going to go so good for you. You're going to have to get pretty damn lucky a lot of the time to win anything. The thing about these games is just you're going to lose a lot of the time. It doesn't matter how good of a player you are. You're going to lose a ton. So yeah, I probably wouldn't. I don't know why this thing sits like that. Anyway, yeah, I probably would definitely be practicing bankroll management. To play the $4.40 tournaments, you probably should have about $400 on here, US, so 100 bit buy-ins. Or at least have $400 that you're willing to lose, because you're probably not going to get first place in the first 10 or 15 attempts. Like, it's just not going to happen so very often, unless you're very lucky. So you have to be very lucky in these tournaments to win. You're going to suck out a few times and you're going to run very good. So this is how she goes. That's poker for you. Starting stack's 3,000, so a little bit shallower, and it is a turbo, so we're probably going to be playing a lot of short stacked poker in this game. And these are going to be resuming very soon. Average stack in this one's 10-6, so we have a little bit to go, but we do have 39 big blinds, so I'm pretty happy with that. And in this one, we are quite a lot above average, about 30% above average. And we're going to start the action here, I suppose. A couple limpers. Right now, we're just going to be kind of weeding out the bad players here for a couple hours on this one. So usually these players, they tighten up a little bit in the mid to late stages of the game, and you start running into better players, but not a ton of them until you get down to like the top 100 or so. And then you're playing with some fairly competent players for the levels that they're playing. So we don't hit anything here with our Jack 5 suited, so probably just going to check fold this hand. Don't need to win every pot in poker. So yeah, I still haven't purchased the poker trackers, so I got these trial things on coming up and all the time. It's kind of annoying, but it's $100 and I just don't have the money right now for it. So eventually I probably will purchase it though, because it really is important to have when you're playing multi-table tournaments, like with such a large field. All right, 9-2 off is a fold every time. Glad that now we're playing 3. A little bit more action to watch for you guys. So more entertainment. All right, we got the 9-10 suited under the gun. So again, we're going to raise it up. See how this goes. I guess it could have been folded because we do have a ton of shove stacks on the table, but 9-10 suited is a really good hand, actually. So we're going to hit a lot of flops, and it's going to catch our opponents off guard when we do, because they're going to put us on high cards. So people generally don't tend to shove much onto under the gun opponents either. All right, so I'm going to put out a continuation bet, and then if he calls, I'm going to give up on the hand. Yeah, he raises. Okay, so we can let this one go. Those king high boards, when you open under the gun, connect pretty well with your range, and the rest of the board doesn't really connect well with him at all. So I have to take a stab at it. I took a little bit larger stab. Okay, we can fold that. All right, here we go. 15-0 shoves for 3 big blinds. This guy just cold calls. We have 40 big blinds. It's 1,400 out there. I think I'm just going to shove. There is some merit to just small, raising small, but with ace king, I just want to get maximum fold equity with it. And I think that this guy's going to call off with a lot of junk, so I'm just going to shove. Check, check. How did I end up in this hand? I don't even know. Take a small stab at it, I guess. We only have 40 big blinds, so, like, I don't know. I just think that isolating this opponent is probably best. Like, there's 2,000 out there already. This guy can call off with a lot of weaker holdings, and I think he's going to call off a lot of the time. So, and you know what? One of these guys may call as well. Okay, 40 and 80. Pot is 225, so we'll just go 240. We'll go a little bit larger. I'm going to get called by these opponents a lot. And he has ace jack. Take it down. Yeah, I didn't really want to get involved in that hand. This guy open jams on the flop. We can fold. We can fold our queens there. 10-6, I'm never opening. I'm never going to be opening 10-6 offsuit on the button, ever. These guys both had really bad aces. We lost the minimum in that hand with the queens, though, so that's good. All right, ace-3 suited. This guy's continuing the story with this 4x raise. Probably just get out of the way. I guess I don't like this guy's min raise with ace-4 suited at all, but when I 3-bet, I guess we're deep enough to justify calling and taking a flop. But you're going to be out of position, so likely I would fold with an ace-3, ace-4, ace-2. Like, a lot of the time, there's just so much reverse implied odds, and you're playing out of position, so it's going to be really tough to like get any value unless you do make a flush. So I'd probably just fold to a 3-bet there with both of those holdings. But if you guys even noticed there that I did make my raise size a little bit larger with pocket queens, because basically I know that these guys are going to be calling any raise size. So, and when stacks are that deep, I might as well just get the money in, make the pot as big as possible in position with pocket queens, right? Because I might be able to play for stacks in the future if we had a better flop. But we didn't, so that's how it goes. Another pair of pocket queens with 44 big blinds. Go a little bit on the small side here. 2.1. I usually put out 2.1x instead of a min raise because I find that you get a little bit more fold equity with the 2.1 and it really doesn't cost you anything. So players have a harder time doing the math when it comes to a 2.1 than a 2x too, so they make more incorrect folds towards it. So my standard raise size is a 2.1x, 50 big blinds or below, usually, depending on my holdings and the opponents. All right, queen 3 off is a fold. 2 callers, and we're in position. A pair of queens. So I can just check it back. It's a pretty stale board. Try to induce some kind of bluff from one of these guys. Keep the pot small. Okay, I think I'm going to check one more time. There is a possible straight draw now. Okay, when he pots, I guess we have to fold. He probably has a 3. With stats like this, like, you can't discount a 3 from his range, so. And when a guy when they pot the river, when an opponent pots the river, they tend to always have it. So just don't call with marginal holdings. If I had ace king, I would have hated it, but I probably would have called. Five, 7 suited under the gun is a fold. Okay, we have 42 big blinds. It's a pretty easy call here. And check. See what kind of turn we have. An ace. A lot of players will turn their hand face up and start betting here with an ace, but I have a bad kicker, and I'm keeping the range really wide by just checking and just check calling here. So with marginal holdings, I tend to just check. And he decides to put out a bet, and we can't really fold now. Like, we have to call. Check. I guess there would be some merit to putting out a blocking bet, but I don't know. Okay, yeah, 1830. So he's betting about half pot. Called pre-flop. We can find a better spot than that. Our kicker's horrible. You could have a straight. Or two pair. It's pretty easy to have two pair on that flop. Like all these cards out there, so or a better, at least a better kicker. Like I was beat by like almost any ace, or pretty much every ace. So, fold that hand. Queen eight of hearts. We can fold. Jack four offsuit is a fold. This guy's open jamming 29 big blinds. You could kind of make a note of what these guys are open jamming with for such large stacks. It's like ace seven. It's good to take notes on these guys. Actually, oh, he's gone. I was going to add some more, but I guess he's gone. Ace seven suited, very early. All right, king five suited, 52 big blinds. I think that's a fold. Pocket sixes, 31 big blinds. Why can't I put out a standard raise? Oh, okay, he min raised. It's a large stack. I call. There's another guy open jamming a very big stack, which is ridiculous. Basically just set mining here. I think I do kind of odds. I didn't expect these two guys to come along too, so check. Trying to get into a pot in position with this guy because he's playing some pretty crazy poker. So, and if these guys folded, I probably could have put out a bet on the turn or something and took it down. So didn't go the way I was hoping for. Oh well. This guy overbets the river. We'll never know what he had. All right, 10-6 suited is a fold. All right, king six, two limpers. See a flop in position with the bad players at the table. Fold that. All right, jack six offsuit, we can fold. Okay, I'm going to pause the video again. I'll be right back, guys.